So we have the interns with us today, and we have a new intern, Ritesh. So Ritesh has a list of questions. Ritesh was asked before start reading the book to write a list of questions which were existing in his mind for which he has not found the answers. So first question, I will give it to Ritesh only to let all of us know the list of questions. One is how to close the gap between the rich and the poor. Are caste-based reservation really necessary? Is the constitution really same for rich and poor? Why judiciary does not act same with rich and poor? Is there any end of the corruption? Is it really necessary? You can read your questions yourself.
So my sixth question was, is it really necessary to have a lots of money just for a poor man to have its three times of meal, some good level education and a basic health facility? The next question was, does rich people manage the government or the government belongs to rich people? The next question is, why poor people does not stand against the government for their rights? They don't know the procedure or they are having fear from the person in power. And another one is, does being the sixth largest economy make sense since there are still so much poor people in the country? Next one, why is poverty often treated as a personal failure instead of a collective responsibility? The next, if every citizen pays the price of corruption, who really benefits from it? And 12th question, can a person remain completely honest in a system that rewards dishonesty? The next, why does speaking the truth sometimes feel riskier than staying silent? The next question, if justice is delayed, who decides how much waiting is acceptable? The next question is, can a person, sorry, why does one signature from an influential person carries more weight than 100 voices from ordinary citizens? The next question, if I had been born into a different family, would my dreams have been easier to achieve? And 18th question, why does the truth sometimes need power to be believed? 19th, why do we celebrate success more than we question unequal opportunities? 20th question, if tomorrow I become powerful, will the system change or will it change me? 21st, if every person deserves respect, why is respect often treated with money and status? That's all from my side.
So you have 21 questions in total.
Yes.
These questions you wrote before you started reading the book.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the questions you are looking for an answer
Yes, sir.
with the solution.
Definitely.
Okay. So now can you tell me how many pages of the book you have read so far?
I've rated pages around 110.
110.
Yes.
How many total pages are in the book?
Nearly 300.
300. So you are almost read one third part of the book.
Yes.
Not the two-third part of the book is still pending.
Yes. Yes.
So out of reading one third part of the book, how many questions you have found answers for?
So I have found answers for the question. The first one is how to close the gap between the rich and the poor. So the first thing that is needed to close the gap is the people should have knowledge about their rights, what they have to do if they are getting corrupted or somewhere. And the second thing that people need is literacy. The thing that was started from the starting of corruption, starting of institution, स्टार्टिंग से जब इंस्टीट्यूशन स्टार्ट हुआ था हमारा, तब से ही लिटरेसी क्रिएट करी गई थी. लिटरेसी क्रिएट नहीं करी गई, लिटरेसी थी लोगों में, लोगों को पता नहीं था अपने राइट्स के बारे में.
Illiterate थे लोग.
इलिटरेट थे
People were
लोग.
illiterate.
तो लोगों को पता नहीं था अपने राइट्स के बारे में, जिसकी वजह से जो थोड़े पावर के लोग थे जिनको पता था, जिनको थोड़ी सी उस टाइम पे लैंग्वेज बैरियर भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा था. इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज जो थी पावर में, लोगों जो बाहर से पढ़ के आते थे उन्हें आती होती थी, और जो हमारे लोकल्स थे तो उनको इंग्लिश नहीं आती थी, और जो मोस्टली उस टाइम पे हमारा इंस्टीट्यूशन था वो इंग्लिश में था. तो इसकी वजह से लोगों को अपने राइट्स नहीं पता लग रहे थे. और आज भी गवर्नमेंट ने ऐसा नहीं किया कि मतलब राइट्स को धीरे धीरे अब बताना स्टार्ट किया, जिसकी वजह से लोगों को पता लग रहा है कि उनके राइट्स क्या हैं, और सोशल मीडिया भी एक जरिया है जिसकी वजह से लोग अपने राइट्स को जान पा रहे हैं. तो ये एक तरीका हो सकता है गैप को कम करने का.
अच्छा. So you have to refer to the questions written by you. Yes. And the answers found by you from the book.
Yes, sir.
No? So this is the first question for which you found the answer.
Yes, sir.
Which is the second question?
Is the constitution really same for rich and poor? So definitely, it is same. But
So you were not aware earlier. Now you are aware that it is same for everybody.
yes, but लोगों को knowledge नहीं होती. People are does not have knowledge regarding the institution and the rights of their.
What is your qualification?
I have completed my 12th.
12th.
Yes.
So at the 12th standard level of education, you were not having answer to this question.
No, sir.
That means up to 12th standard of education, this knowledge was not available.
No, sir.
Okay. So that means it is the same story with all the people, masses.
Yes.
They
Masses
don't
of-
have knowledge.
Yes.
Okay. Next.
So the next question is, why a poor people does not stand against the government for their rights? They don't know the procedure, or they are having far fear from the person in power. So the answer to this question is कि लोगों को अपने राइट्स, सेम वही चीज़ एट द एंड आती है कि लोगों को अपने राइट्स नहीं पता थे, और जो एक रीज़न और था कि लोग पावर जो पर्सन है उसमें से डरते थे, जो पर्सन पावर में है उससे डरते थे, सोचते थे कि हम अपने नेशन के लिए क्यों करें, सिर्फ हम अकेले क्यों आगे अपने कदम बढ़ाएं। एक ये बहुत बड़ा रीज़न था कि लोग जो थे आवाज़ नहीं उठाते थे।
So people were not able to understand the value of a vote in a democracy.
वैल्यू ऑफ
A vote.
या
Government is formed through the elected representative,
Yes.
MLAs and at the state level,
यस
and MPs at the central level.
सेंट्रल लेवल
No MLA, no MP can become MLA or MP on its own.
यस सर
They need votes of people.
डेफिनेटली
Votes are provided by general masses. That means power originates from the general masses.
या
The power does not originate from the top, it
From-
originates from the bottom.
सिटीजन्स इटसेल्फ
Citizens. If citizens feel weak, despite having the power of vote,
यस
if they feel scared, that means they have not yet understood the system of democracy.
यस सर डेफिनेटली
So that deficiency of knowledge, unless removed, the same fear will continue.
यस
So if we want to bridge the gap between power and powerless, the perceived power and powerless. Otherwise, in a democratic system, there is a system of rule of law. Society is to be governed by rule of law. Rule of law is same for everyone. Even prime minister, if commits an offense, he is also to be tried by the same law as to be tried by a normal common man. That means law is same for everyone. Now, the perception that somebody is more powerful, I am less powerful, is it because of the gap of knowledge in understanding the democratic system of the society?
Yes, definitely. It is because of the gap of knowledge.
So, bridging that gap is very, very important,
Yeah.
for which correct knowledge is required. Now, to the 12th standard of education, he was not having this knowledge. And majority of the population does not go from 12th standard to the beyond 12th standard to the college. They drop out by the time they're in the school. So how the majority population will become awakened when there is no knowledge, there is no system of knowledge, and majority population is holding the majority votes. And in a democratic, majority votes elect the MLAs,
Yeah.
MPs. If majority population is illiterate or deficient in knowledge, we will continue to suffer in the hands of corrupt people. So what is the next question? So you're finding logical answers for all
Yes.
the questions? Okay. It is good that we are able to discuss the issues again, to that will help us to refresh our knowledge.
So the next question is, why does speaking the truth sometimes feel riskier than staying silent?
Hmm.
So the answer for this question is again the same thing: lack of knowledge, lack of institution, rights. That's the thing that make people stay silent rather than raising their voice for their rights.
Okay. So any other question for which you have found the answer?
No, sir, that's all. I think I need to read more book.
Okay.
I have not
So
read.
out of 21 questions, he has found answers for 4 of his questions, but he has read only one third of the book. And I can promise him he will find answer for all his 21 questions as he completes reading the book. Every question you will find an answer, and that answer will not be merely for the sake of an answer. It will He will find it explained very logically, and he will also find a solution as he completes reading the book. Yes, how about you? Any question for which you have found the answer? Tell me. Okay, Mike, please.
So my question is, should the government make a law so that public servants are answerable to the common people?
Hmm. Did you find an answer in this book?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many total questions you have?
So 65.
You first share the questions.
Okay. So first question is, why do many ordinary citizens struggle to access basic government service without influence or connections?
Hmm.
How can laborers, farmers, and small business owners be better protected from exploitation? Why? What role does education play in preventing exploitation? Fourth question is, why does justice seems to be become more expensive the poorer you are?
Hmm.
Fifth is, if the law is equal for everyone, why does it often feel different for the powerful?
Hmm. So these are your questions. Okay. So for how many questions you have found the answers?
So, if the law is equal for everyone, why does it often feel different for the powerful?
You found the answer for that.
Yes.
What is the answer?
So, um, due to the corruption,
Hmm.
one of the reason is very powerful. Because of corruption, powerful person you use the bribe to the governments and seems to be see powerful.
Okay. How many pages of the book have you read?
So when 115,
One five one 50.
yes, 115,
115. So
yes,
you've also read one third only.
yes,
Okay. See, you have to. One is corruption.
yes,
One is the position of authority.
yes,
People use position of authority to get their work done. An ordinary person does not have connection with people in power. He cannot use the influence of powerful people to get his work done. But powerful people are able to get their work done. So that is one form of corruption. Second is the use of money power. Poor does not have money. Rich has money. He can buy the public servants by using his money. He can buy the judges. He can buy the executive authorities. He can buy a minister. He can do anything. That, but the question is that you need to learn how to create a check that they are not able to indulge in corruption. Then only there will be a solution. So that is an important part of the answer that you need to learn, which you will learn as you complete this book. There is an answer for that, how to ensure that person in authority or person with wealth are not able to get advantage by using their influence. What kind of check system this society is required to create? So this question should exist in your mind. Merely knowing why there is corruption, that is one part. That is one part. But how to stop corruption is very important, because if we don't come with a measure to stop corruption, then the corruption will continue. Poor will feel injustice, rich will get advantage, or the person in power will get advantage. That disadvantage, when there is a rule of law, law is same and equal for everybody, then everyone must feel equal in treatment by law, not feel inferior or superior or advantage and at a disadvantage. If law is same for everyone, it should be experienced, not must be read on the paper only. That experience will come when we create a system which does not allow a rich person or a person in authority to misuse his position to take an advantage over the person who does not have money or does not have influence. So the check system is very important to be understood. Okay, you understand? So read this book carefully and complete it. I will suggest completing the book as fast as quickly as possible. There should be minimum 2 rounds of discussions, 2 rounds of minimum of reading this book if you want to really understand it. It should actually be read again and again and again. It has taken me 17 years, so I suggest minimum 17 times reading, minimum, to deeply understand this book. Because Julius raised some questions. Some of the questions are very odd, but he found an answer, and with satisfaction. Abraham had some questions, he found an answer. See, they are from international community, from a different country. If they are able to relate the problems of the society with the answers given in the book, you can imagine the significance of the answers given in this book. They are applicable to international community, not just India. This book deals with human beings, the value of a human being, whether born in any caste, any religion, any nationality. Human being is a human being. Human being must feel human in treatment. He or she should not be discriminated because of race, caste, or for any reason. Every human being almost has the same feelings: feeling of love, compassion, the desire to grow, desire to make success. Every human being will have, whether born in any religion, any caste, any nationality. So the needs of every human being is almost the same, and the governance need is almost the same, regulating the conduct of human beings. But the regulation must be fair. It should not be unfair. Having a control over few people in the society and letting others enjoy and do whatever they want to do, giving them loose power. So unless we all the citizens are awakened, or majority of the citizens are awakened, we cannot create the correct check systems. Check systems in a democracy can be created only through using influence of power, and power is of the voters. Every power comes from voters, that you must remember. There is no other source of power in a democracy except the voters. That is why when the elections come, you see all the big leaders moving in the streets begging for votes. Why? Because of the power of votes. Why would they otherwise? Ministers who are always surrounded with security, huge security people, are found to be going from door to door suddenly before the election because of the power of vote. But people do not realize it. They just exchange it for small amount of money, liquor, some groceries. That's all. They do not know if a minister who has been so powerful is coming and begging at your door before the vote. Imagine your power, but we do not realize it. And they also know, these political leaders, they also know it is 1 or 2 days affair to be fool the people, sell them the dreams. You know? Abraham, they sell dreams for 1 or 2 days. After that, they crush your dreams. So if you want to stop all this nonsense, all this exploitation, you said exploitation, then people will have to be awakened. You will have to think in your mind, why should I accept status of inequality? You will have to think in your mind, why should I? What is my fault? If my parents are poor, what is my fault? I didn't take birth. I did not apply to be born. I was born by my parents. It's not my fault. If they have given me birth, they should be blamed. Why should I be blamed? Why should I feel inequality? This question must arise in your mind, and you should raise a voice for all. All of us should raise a voice for equality. Unless we raise a voice for equality, how will the system that ensures equality will be built? So it's very important that all of us understand the true value of democracy, significance of vote, if we want to bring a change in this world before the democracy itself is crushed. There is a tendency, because what has happened is earlier there was a competition between capitalism and communism. Because of that pressure and the competition, there was a third system created, socialism, a welfare state, a state which will work for the welfare of the citizens. But with the fall of USSR, most of the communist countries are converting to capitalism. During the socialism era, many of the public sector undertakings were newly built, many of the private industries were nationalized to give a system of social welfare where the laborer was protected. They were given protection by law, they were given rights. But after the demolition of communism, capitalist society is regaining its strength. The laws are being changed all over the world. Democracy is a threat to capitalist society. So it may not be very far that democracy itself can be demolished by the power of wealth of the capitalist. Then we will lose the opportunity of raising the voice also. Before that happens, we should raise the voice and get the things changed if we want to see equality in real life. So I will again suggest complete the book very fast, so that the remaining questions for which you have not yet found an answer, you will find those answers in the book, you also. Thank you very much.